I got to bring you in, and you didn't wear your headphones, but I got to bring you in right. So here we go. I got your music playing in the background right now. The whole song is playing right now.
The whole song.
Whole song is playing right now.
Do you want to just play the whole song for the interview or something?
There we go.
Not for the interview, just play the song.
Just play the song. Welcome to the studios. My man Sheamus in the house today, y'all.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to see you. Hadn't met you before.
No, first time, man. First time. It's been a great little media tour we've done here in Little Rock for Smackdown tonight. So I'm having a lot of fun. Not much sleep, but I'm plowing through. I had a lot of fun last night, so I'm doing okay.
Speaking of last night, I gotta ask you, man. Of course, you were on the drum for real.
Hey, if someone comes running at you with a drum, you know what I mean? Well, you just you know, act first, think later. And literally, a bro kick came out of nowhere and just, you know, greeted Christian's much to the delight of the crowd. It was a fun match. It was physical, it was rough, but it was fun.
I mean, because I saw Steve showed me the pictures of you on Instagram last night, man. Wow.
I look like I don't know what I look like. I look like Rasher on a grill. That's what I look like.
Man, I was like, I didn't realize you got that much on you from doing what you did last night. But it was all over your back, all over your chest, all over your arms.
Yeah, he was lashing me out with a kendo stick. Those kendo sticks are worse than getting hit with a whip. It's literally like a Singapore cane type thing. And it's like literally like getting whipped in the back. I'm telling you, when that first one hit me, man, I was like I got hit with a bolt of lightning. I tell you, it was a very rude awakening experience.
Okay, now while we got you in the studios, you know, I got normal questions I ask people, you know. So how did you get started in the wrestling, man?
I started off in Ireland back in 2005. I found an Irish wrestling school, small time. Didn't really have a proper trainer, but you know, learned the basics and stuff. And then I started making my way to UK and Europe, get experience, and I eventually got a WWE tryout in April '07, and they liked what they saw. They saw potential in me, and they gave me a developmental contract. So I moved over to Tampa, Florida, where I still am, and went to a school and trained there 5 days, 6 days a week, just trying to get my, you know, train me in and, you know, get my basics up to speed, up to the level of WWE. And I've been on the road now for 4.5 years, and I've been having a great time. It's just all I ever wanted to do, and it might sound a bit cliche, but literally is. Like, everything that happened last night, that match, it was great. The crowd made it so much fun, you know, and that's what we strive for. It's sometimes a lot of travel, sometimes a lot of, like, you know, early mornings, you know, airplanes. Sometimes you get delayed for such and such and miss your flight because of delays. But when we get in that ring, it's all worth it. It's the most fun you'll ever have. And I'm like a big kid. And every night I go out there, I'm having the time of my life.
Man, how does it feel? Of course, you're in town for Smackdown tonight, but you got to know, of course, you're on the road to WrestleMania. I mean, how does it feel going out in front of 80, 90,000 people?
It's an incredible experience. It really is. It's just you can't really put it into words. My first one in '26 against Triple H was just amazing. Just to walk out there and just, you know, experience it, because it's like nothing else you'll ever experience. I mean, I actually got weak. I actually got weak at the knees when I walked out there. I couldn't believe it. Like, 'cause I mean, you know, wrestling, you know, arenas 20,000 people, which was incredible too. But walking out there in front of 80,000 people was just the noise, the atmosphere, the crowd, everything hit me. I can't tell you much about the match itself. I just remember just a blur of a sea of people out there, and it was a very unique experience.
Yeah, I mean, now, of course, newest thing, of course, for WWE Network.
Yeah.
So, tell me about that, man.
Yeah, the network just launched just over 2 weeks ago, and that's another thing about tonight at the Verizon Arena. It's we're gonna main event, which airs on Ion on Wednesday, is actually going to be aired live tonight in the WWE Network. Since it's new, you know, and since WrestleMania is going to be the first pay-per-view that's free on the network, they're obviously just testing it out to see, you know, how everything goes. So the main event will be live tonight. So we're encouraging everyone in there at 6 o'clock for a 7 o'clock start, and then you know, and just so you can watch it back then on the network later on, or you can watch it back on Ion on Wednesday. Smackdown will follow that, and we're going to have all the superstars and divas there. The Shield there, Wyatt, Big Show, Mark Henry, Dean Ambrose, the divas, AJ, Natalia, and the rest of the crew, Alberto Rios and Cara, myself, we're all going to be there, and we're all literally pushing for a place at WrestleMania.
So what can we expect from you tonight? Because I don't know if Christian's gonna make it. I'm watching.
I don't
you.
know. I don't know. Actually, I'd be surprised if Christian turns up tonight. I know it was a very physical match. Christian, for everything about him, has been a tremendous superstar. Tremendous. I mean, he's very creative. He's achieved so much in his career, especially with Edge beforehand, and then on his own as a singles competitor. But he showed, like, you know, I think these matches have been the toughest matches physically. And I'm not talking about going through ladders or taking bumps through tables and
You're
stuff.
a big boy. I wouldn't dare want to wrestle with you.
I think these have been the most physical matches, and he's literally gone toe for toe with me. I outpower him with size and bit of strength probably, but
he's a
there,
veteran.
man.
He's a veteran.
He's a war horse, and he stood in there, and we may not like each other, but I've got the utmost respect for him.
Okay, so I got a question. What has been your best match? What is one match you just single out, like, you know, that was my favorite match right there? I know you had a ton of them.
It's tough to pick one out. I have some favorites. Like, I have, for different reasons. When I first started out, I was in there with Cena, Orton, and Triple H a lot, who were veterans. You know, it was a great experience for me. Then when it went into situations like John Morrison, for example, at TLC.
Yeah.
That ladder match we had.
I met John a couple of times.
John, he's a tremendous athlete. Like, just literally the stuff he can do is just
Mr. Monday
reason.
Night.
Yeah, he's like a rubber band fella. He just able to do these things like, you know, you couldn't imagine. But we had fun with him in that ladder match. I thought we stole the show at TLC. The match with Big Show at Hell in a Cell was a great one too. You know, it was very physical again, and it was a lot of fun. And of course, the match with Daniel Bryan, the 2-out-3 Falls match, Extreme Rules 2012, was a lot of fun in Chicago as well. It was a great match for me. So those three are very special for different reasons. Most of the matches, most of my favorite matches are matches I've lost. So, yeah, I've had a lot of, you know, for different reasons in my different times in my career. They've stood out for me for those reasons.
Okay, so if you had to say, I want to have a match against one person, who would you want to be in a match with that you haven't so far?
I've had a lot of questions like that, like who passed and who present, whatever. But I mean, I would have loved a match with Taker this year at WrestleMania 30. I know obviously Brock and Taker are going to go at it, but
this is going to be hell for real.
Yeah, I you know, it's going to be a great match, and you know, Brock's so intense, and Taker is a legend, a living legend, and the streak is just its own league at this stage. But I literally would have loved a match with Taker at WrestleMania 30. That would have been a dream match of mine.
Okay, so who in the WWE locker room has helped you the most with your career?
I've been very fortunate. There's a couple of guys. Triple H has been a great mentor to me, just because, you know, when I first got on the road, he saw I was, you know, normally when guys come from the road now, there's a couple of guys that come up at the one time. When I came up the first time, like developmental system now is very much so. There's a lot of groups of guys, and they all know each other, and it's a very much a young roster now. So everyone's coming up on the road, they've known each other from developmental. When I came up, it was kind of different. It was a lot different. I came up, and there wasn't really many people who were in developmental that had just come up. So it was kind of on my own, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, a lot of the guys now are all in the Performance Center, and they're still down there. But when I came up, it was kind of like I knew one or two people up there, and it was hard. It was a little harder for me to, you know, blend in, because there was a lot of veterans at the time. And Triple H just saw I was hungry, I wanted to learn. I was asking everybody questions, and he just helped me out a lot. But the one guy who really did help me the most from day one was William Regal, because he called me day one and said, look, you know, you want help with your career, I'll help you out. You know what I mean? I'll ride together or whatever, and I'll any questions, I'll watch your matches and give you critique. And he was fantastic, and it was such a blessing. I was so lucky to have him as a mentor. So from day one, we rode together, traveled together, laughed, argued, the whole lot. But he was there for me from day one, and he gave me so much advice. Fit Finlay was another one, another legend as a producer and an agent. Absolute, just brilliant mind for what we do. and Arn Anderson as well, who's been another great.
Gotta have Arn Anderson.
Gotta throw the 4 horsemen up for Arn Anderson. Brilliant. So those 4, Triple H, Arn, Fit, and Regal have been tremendous help to my career, and I'll be forever thankful for everything they've done for me.
Arn Anderson gave me one of my WrestleMania moments. I can remember when Ric Flair and Undertaker went at WrestleMania, and all of a sudden, Arn Anderson comes in and hits a spine buster on Undertaker, and I was like, I literally jumped off the couch when that happened. I mean, this is like, I was like, oh, I can't say it on the radio, but I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe that. But of course, what's next for you, man?
I really don't know. I'm just myself and Christian. I don't know what the story is now. I mean, we battered each other each and every week on Raw and try to make it as entertaining as possible and as fun as possible. So I don't know. I really don't know. They announced an Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which is a huge deal considering who Andre was and what he stands for. And I know person Timmy White, who's a good friend of mine and also a legendary referee, used to look after Andre.
Yeah. He
called me last night. He was saying how excited he was to that they've announced the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, because Timmy and Andre were like best friends, and Timmy loved Andre the Giant. You know what I mean? Like everywhere they go, the Giant would obviously be, people would come over and rush him, and so Timmy helped him out, and he just like literally he told me some great stories. But yeah, I know Timmy's excited about it. I know everybody else is excited about it too. Hogan and Cena talked about what a huge deal it is as well, the trophy and everything that goes with it. So I think that's fantastic, but I don't really know. Maybe me and Christian Mania, I'd love that. Maybe a cage match or something else.
I think they need to have a TLC match.
TLC match would be fantastic. Even though I've fallen off of more ladders than I can account for, I think it would be a great match.
All right. Of course, I know you had a late night last night over in Memphis. Literally probably didn't get any sleep at all because you couldn't lay on your stomach or your back last night. So.
No, this is what we do. This is why we love. I love what I do. I told you earlier on, I would literally do that match all over again tonight if I had to.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was everything we do was fun. That time in the ring is the funnest time you'll ever have. And as I said, like, this is not a job. This is just this is anything but a job. It's the most fun you'll ever have. But no, I'm excited about tonight because WrestleMania's around the corner. We're here in Little Rock, Arkansas. The fans of Little Rock, Arkansas are amazing. They're fun. They want to be entertained. They want to have a good time, and that's what we're all about. So bring your signs, get the family going in, make it a big spectacle. Get out of gaff, the wettest we'll ever see. All the superstars there. Big Show, myself, Mark Henry, the Wyatts, the Shield, Goldust, Cody Rhodes, Alberto Del Rio, Sin Cara, and all the divas. It's going to be a great night, and we don't want to miss.
You know what? Of course, tickets as low as $15.
$15.
Go pick them up all Ticketmaster locations. The box office opens at the arena in a couple of hours, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure you go pick those joints up. Of course, once again, Ticketmaster.com. Now, show starts at 6 or 7 because they got
7 o'clock.
7
we
o'clock.
go live at 7 o'clock. So 6. If the doors open at 6, you get in before 7. Get your seat, get your popcorn, whatever you need to get into you. Get your ale drinks, get down there, and be there for a 7 o'clock start.
Now, if you've never been to a live show, of course, when it comes to TV, you want to get there and get there early. Bring your signs out. Get there, of course. Bring the entire family out. This is what I do. Go, get something to eat, grab my seat, ready for the show to start. Because if you get up, you will miss something. Bring the entire family out. Weather's great. I know you got to go get some rest because he's tired, y'all. You ought to see him. He's tired.
I'm hanging in there.
I
got those droopy eyes. I always slag my dad over that. My dad has those droopy eyes. I think they're pretty bad today, but I'll get a power nap in and I'll be good to go for tonight.
All right, my man, you better take care of him today. It is going down tonight, Verizon Arena, the road to WrestleMania, SmackDowns in Little Rock tonight. So, of course, thanks a lot for stopping by, Sheamus.
Thanks for having me. I'll see you later on tonight.
All right, it's going down. Of course, Stacks in the house right now. It's Beyonce, 92 Jams, y'all.